The hardest part of scaling your business past 20K per month or even up as high as 80K per month is what we're talking about in this week. I've had 2 conversations with 2 really awesome clients. One at around about the 20K per month realm, the other one at a point where his business is going to hit the £1 million turnover a year. He's delegated out the key role of the business and the function of the business, which is mortgages. He's removed himself from most of the day-to-day operations and is focusing on building the business, scaling the business, and taking it to the next level. So I want to emphasize to you that whether you are earlier in the journey or later in the journey, you'll still face the same issues, same challenges, same objections. They're just sometimes on a larger scale. The key topic of conversation is everybody needs a piece of me. I'm sure you felt it too. Whether you've got your admin, your clients, your introducers, whether you're a bigger business, you've got more team members on demand, you've got more people vying for attention, you become a firefighter and trying to solve every single problem in your business. And guess what? When you're in the business all the time, you're an easy person to ask. When you remove yourself outside of the main office majority of the week, people have to figure things out for themselves and business gets much easier. So both of the conversations related to dropping profit and increasing headcount, i.e. recruiting somebody into the business to free up more time. When you're the bottleneck, when you're the punching bag, the only way that you create more time is through getting more team. So in this episode, I'm going to break down the mindset switch that you need to have and how you can move yourself strategically from £10 tasks to £100 tasks and to £1,000 tasks, because thinking and working strategically is a key business strategy to your scale and growth. So the key message that I had from my client Ben was everyone needs a piece of Ben. Got 4 to 5 applications on my desk. My team need me all the time. I've got to implement and learn new stuff from obviously what we're doing together in the coaching program. I said, that's a good problem to have, which he agreed with. But he also knows that he needs to start thinking about taking on the next person to remove the bottleneck. The big issue with this though, is I hate having to give money away. I know I'll get it back in the long run, but it's just hard to accept. Now, maybe you can relate to this too, because I said exactly the same thing to Antonio at that bigger level. We get to a certain profit point and it gives us comfort. You've got some assurity, you've got some safeguard, but guess what? You become really busy. And I'm in exactly the same situation too. Over the last 30 to 60 days, I have been the bottleneck in my business. And I have been doing too many tasks, wearing too many hats, and working, frankly, too many hours to take our business to the next level. So what do you have to do? How do you fix this for yourself? Well, I said to myself, to Ben, and to Antonio that revenue stays the same, but profit will decrease, because we're going to take some of that profit on a monthly basis and we're going to invest it into a person. Time is also going to go down because we're going to be training them, getting them sorted, supporting them, guiding them, coaching them, but doing it in a way that leads to them having more autonomy and control. My goal is not to give them the answers all the time, and I do this with all of my team, is I try and coach rather than tell. Because if we can work out a plan, or even better, if I can give the destination that we want to get to and then talk to the team and say, right, how are we going to get there? They come up with the ideas and the strategy. I can then help to refine that strategy. They feel part of the strategy and that they feel like it's their idea. And therefore, they are more willing and happier to implement it because they're not being told what to do. They're being coached and helped to do it better. I've been helping business owners and entrepreneurs to double their revenue and their freedom without having to work more hours. I've seen consistent patterns, 3 core problems, and I want to offer you the opportunity to understand what those 3 problems are, how to overcome them, so you can easily systemize and scale your business, giving you more time to do what you want with who you want. I've created a really quick 10-minute value-packed training that will just walk you through the problems and what the simple solutions are. If you want to understand how to get yourself out of chaos, what needs fixing right now, so you can take your business and life to the next level, then go and watch the free training right now. The link is in the show notes and description. So both of them understood this. Certain things will go down, but when you do it strategically, you know your numbers, it's crystal clear what that is going to help you to achieve, then you start taking the right actions. And eventually, in 90, 180 days, I typically allow 3 to 6 months for that person to be embedded, for you to be freed up back on time, and to get back onto the highest value activities. Revenue will go up. Profit will then go back up. Time will then go back up. But also your hourly rate should increase from £10 to £100 to £1,000 tasks. But it has to be strategic. In every decision you choose to make, there is an element of sacrifice. I want to lose a stone. You're going to need to sacrifice some food, some time to work out, some alcohol, some sugar. But once you get to that point of the goal weight that you want, providing you just don't go back to the old way of doing things, you will maintain that weight and you will get healthier, fitter and stronger. The same if you want to buy a house and save for a deposit. You can't keep eating Starbucks and having Costas every day. Don't know why you'd eat Starbucks anyway. Drinking Starbucks. You can't have lavish and expensive meals. You might reduce your holidays. You've got to start with some sacrifice in order to be able to let go so you can grow. So if you're doing too much, if you're wearing too many hats, if you have a fear of giving money away or profit reducing, maybe you're feeling the pressure because you're the bottleneck, you are not alone. I feel it too on my journey of scale, and my clients feel it too as well. Everybody goes through this cycle, especially as your business grows. It's new level, new devil. So you have to focus on the mindset shift. This is about short-term pain for long-term ultimate gain. Recruiting team members, delegation, it's not a cost. It's about buying back your time to create more value for you, your team, your clients, your business, the impact that you have on the world. And just like Chris, my new automations guy, why it won't make more money immediately and it's not necessarily a money-making role, it will provide a better service, it will stop me having to wear so many hats, and it will mean that we can improve our business and I can focus on the next element of revenue growth. Because I believe as a founder, a business owner, an entrepreneur, the two things that you should get rid of last are sales, as late as possible, but you can delegate that most definitely. But at the latest, marketing, building relationships, networking, strategizing, you can never get rid of. The key to all of this is hiring strategically. And I'm going to talk to you about that on next week's episode so that you can remove the fear, get into abundance and go into growth and scale. And look, if you're stuck in your business journey at 0 to 5K, 5 to 10K, 10 to 20, or even like Antonio at the 75 to 80,000 pound per month mark, then just reach out to me on any social media channel, say growth audit, and we can get onto a quick 15-minute call. I can find out where you are versus where you want to be and help you to get unstuck. Thanks very much indeed for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you next week.